Wade Wilson wants women in Team Wade to dress up as him for Halloween, but they can take his updates and shove it right up his tainted BH. Christine Melton's favorite holiday was Halloween. We will always remember the precious lives of Christine and Diane. So allegedly Ari aka Monica made another appearance on TikTok, and this time she brought her Jersey accent with her.
Hello?
So you've talked to me before?
Who?
You.
I have not talked to you. I don't even know who you are.
Oh, well, you said that
Whoa, what's up with the accent change, lady?
Girls Live, you said that I told you that I've known all along that I was guilty. That Wade was guilty. So
What is your name? I don't even know your name.
Courtney.
Okay, Courtney, I have never said that about you. I know a bunch of Wade's friends because I did talk to them. None of them say good things about him, but I don't know you. I don't even recognize you. I never said anything about you. I don't know anything about you. But a lot of his friends do think he's guilty. I mean, if you're one of them, that's great. But if you're not, that's good too. Who cares? He's on death row. He's where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be his fiance.
No, I'm not supposed to be his fiance. I will be straight up with you. When he started hitting on me, and I felt really bad for, what is his fiance's name? What is her name? Jessie? Jessie?
She's acting like she don't know Jesse's name. Come on.
Yeah, but you felt so bad that you continued to talk to him and tell him
I only
that
talked
he
to him.
can't be.
No,
No. We've heard all the calls.
You don't know the full story.
We've heard all the calls.
No one knows the full story because I didn't talk to him for a very long time. All those calls that were posted, that was the first fucking day I ever spoke to him, and he was talking to me like that. And before I spoke to him, I spoke to Jessie. Jessie is the one that reached out to me on Instagram. I didn't reach out to them. They reached out to me. And when I talked to Jessie, I felt like, I didn't know the full story about Wade and what all he had done because I didn't really do any research and I wasn't really paying attention to the media. So when I talked to Jessie, I thought, okay, this girl's, she seems pretty nice. She's trying to free her boyfriend. And I really, truly, truly felt bad for her because she was talking about like they had wedding plans, they had a house picked out, and that they were going to use the money that they were raising for their wedding and to get a house. Car. And she was looking for like free representation, but good representation.
Oh, she was trying to get free representation and keep the money.
And she was just, saying all this thing, like she has this huge plan for them. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. That's nice. So when I was talking to Wade, I knew he was being flirtatious with me. And I have a thing where if I see a male being flirtatious with me and that is like taken, I will tell the girl because I think that is so disrespectful. And I knew for a fact if I acted like I liked him, he would go along with it. And he did. He fell for the fucking trap. And then I actually recorded that call. I was recording it and I played it back to Jessie. And I told Jessie that, and she jumped down my throat. She was freaking out about the whole thing. And she was like, oh, you tempted him and stuff like that. But no, I didn't. That was all him.
So you felt so bad for her that you had phone sex with him and told him
I didn't have phone sex with him. I told him I can't do that with him.
She started chewing on that
but
damn
you continued.
gum.
I kept egging him on, because I wanted to get evidence for Jessie. First of all, I don't like tattoo guys. I don't like guys who don't have jobs. I don't like guys who are in jail. Wade does not appeal to me. I don't think he's an attractive person. And also he's a murderer. So that kind of like, makes him even worse. But I only talked to him for, let's see, about 3 days maybe. And then when all that stuff started, I cut them off completely and I stopped talking to them. I blocked their number. I blocked the jail number because he kept hitting me up. He kept calling me nonstop. And then, he kept messaging me on the jail mail thing. And I actually ended up having to delete my account.
Okay. You didn't have to delete your account. Just don't go to the freaking website.
So, but you still, you told him that he can't be all the way Team Ari.
Yeah, I did tell him that because I knew he was going. I knew what he was going to. He would throw Jessie under the bus, and I felt bad for this girl because she was spending her life savings for him. You don't understand what all the things that she told me she was doing for this guy. And I didn't want her to waste her time or her money because he uses people. That's what he does. And I wanted her to open her eyes because, I mean, she seemed like a nice person when I first talked to her. But as all this stuff has came out, obviously she's just as manipulative as him. She's like the female version of Wade. So, I mean, when I first met her, not met her, but when I first talked to her, she seemed like a very nice person. And I really truly felt bad for her. Like, I have no interest in Wade. I'm engaged, and I was engaged then, but I'm married now. So I have absolutely no interest in Wade. My husband.
Yo, listen right there. She almost said fiance.
No interest in Wade. My husband knew the whole thing. I told him what I was doing. Told him I was getting evidence for her. He had no problem with it. And I didn't have phone sex with him. I told him I couldn't do that with him. And then that's when I got off of the phone with him. If you listen to the full call, I actually got off the phone with him. And then he called me back a couple of hours later. And I don't know if this phone call has been released yet, but like he told me that he broke up with Jesse. And I don't know if that one's been released yet, but obviously they didn't break up because they were talking and she was talking about how, you know, he was being flirtatious with me because she's seen the emails. Just, you know.
So I got a question. You're the real Ari, right? You're claiming you're the real Ari?
My name is Ari. I mean, I'm not going to tell my full name because everybody has assumed that I'm some girl named.
She was about to say Monica right there.
What is Jesse's sister's name? Kayla or Kaylee? Is it Kaylee?
Kaylee. So
okay.
If you are who you claim you are.
I'm sorry?
If you are who you claim you are, turn your camera on.
No, because I don't want to be identified. No one has identified me yet.
Yeah, but aren't you an attorney?
Excuse me?
Aren't you an attorney?
I am actually, and you guys still haven't identified me. No one has identified.
So Jesse hit this bitch with the Uno reverse card. She is pretending to be this woman that's in this message, but in reality, she's this woman. And we will get back to these text messages in a little bit.
To hire you, I mean, your picture has to be on Google if this is the real you.
It is on Google, but you don't know my full name. Ari is just my nickname. That is not my full name.
Ariel Ratisma.
Nope, that's not me. I'm not her. I'm not Monica.
Okay, she just said Monica.
Name on the bar card. That's the name on the bar card.
That's a fake bar card. That's not my bar card. I don't know who made that, but that was on like Reddit. That's not my bar card.
Can I jump in for a second?
First of all, no attorney in their right mind would send their bar card out to a complete stranger.
No attorney in their right mind would talk the way you talk to Wade on the phone either.
Well, first of all, I don't just practice law. I had a company. I'm in the entertainment industry. I have a big company, and I do this on the side. So I'm not your typical attorney or whatever, but I did go to law school.
What you were saying to Duty Ron, I remember listening to that phone call.
Yeah, he was stupid. He acts like he knows. Yeah, he's stupid.
No,
he's not intelligent at all.
Christy, go ahead, Christy, jump in.
Guys, can I jump in here? Okay, thank you. Hi, Ari.
Hi.
Hi, Ari. How are you? Okay, so I just have, let me know if you can answer a couple of questions for us.
Okay.
First of all, on the call, there was mention of a guy named Chris. Did you connect to Wade through this guy named Chris?
Yeah, I did. Chris is the guy that he dated.
Oh, okay. So you connected through the guy he dated. Now, Jessie said she knew Chris. So how did Jessie know Chris? Because from what I understand, Chris doesn't like Wade because Wade tried to STAB him. So
I mean, I don't know anything about that, but I know that he did hook up with Chris. I don't know if there was I don't think he stabbed. Maybe it's a different Chris because I don't think he stabbed him. He never told me that. If he did, I don't think Chris probably wouldn't be talking to him if, he stabbed him, but.
Yeah, there was definitely a domestic violence thing. And Kelly has stated several times that Chris has an issue with him and that Chris would be speaking in any documentaries against Wade. So
yeah, it's probably a different Chris. It's probably a different. I don't think that it's the same Chris because I can tell you right now, the Chris that I know would never connect or continue to be in contact with someone who stabbed him. He stabbed somebody, really?
Could you just tell me what color hair he has?
What color of hair does Chris have?
Yeah,
brown.
Okay. All right. And then as far as Jesse, did Jesse connect you to Chris, or did Chris connect you to Jesse?
Chris connected to Jesse and told her about me, and then Jesse messaged me on Instagram.
Okay. And
I thought
are
you said you reached out. You said you reached out to her.
I didn't reach out to her. She reached out to me. These people reached out to me. It was all through Chris. Chris started the whole thing. Chris knew Jesse and Wade. He was friends with Wade. He hooked up with Wade. Chris used to live in Florida, and he used to work at that same, like in Key West with Wade or something like that. I don't know if it was like a resort or something like that, but that's how they met. And they used to hook up, and then he told Jesse about me, and then Jesse contacted me on Instagram, and then we exchanged phone numbers, and she called me the next day, and I talked to her, and then she was wanting me to call Wade and talk to him, and that was just it. I mean, she connected to me. She came to me.
I thought in the phone calls Shannon knew you.
Who?
I thought Shannon knew you in the phone
I don't
calls.
know who Shannon is. I don't know who Shannon is. I don't know who Kaylee is. I don't know who Monica is. I don't know if any of these people have anything to do with it.
Okay, so when you connected, I'm sorry.
No, I'm driving, so I just have one more question before I mute myself. The Innocence Project denies being in contact with you and having anything to do with you.
Well, I know personally Barry Sheck, and he's going to say something like that because I told him I didn't want to be involved with this. I told him this is going to be a shitstorm
there we go.
media.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
I don't mind if he says he's not connected to me because I know the truth. I sponsor that organization, sweetheart. I give the check to that organization. The reason that organization is still running is because of me. I mainly sponsor them rather than practice law. I give money so they can practice these cases, so they can take one case a year.
That's weird.
Okay, but you know that the Innocent Project doesn't take one case per year. You know that, right?
They do take one case per year. They take one to two.
That's incorrect.
Yes, they do.
That's incorrect. If you go to their website, it says clearly right on there, and if you just use Google, it'll tell you they don't take one case per year.
Yes, they do.
That's incorrect.
They take one death penalty case per year.
Okay, well, now you're saying death penalty.
Yeah, they do.
Death penalty.
One death penalty case per year, and that's why Wade and Jesse contacted me because Chris knew I sponsored them, and I do have a law degree. But I mean, I don't practice in the court of law. I only got a law degree to help me in business, and so I wouldn't, Okay, I'm sorry. What is that noise?
I understand that part. I can understand that you don't practice the law. Can you tell us about the money that you mentioned on the phone? You kept saying that you had put up all this money.
Yeah.
What was the money for if the intention was for him to be pro bono?
Yeah, because this is what I do. This is what I do for the Innocence Project. I give the money so they can take cases for free. I sponsor them. It's one of the charities that I do. And for a case like Wade's a death penalty case, it costs about over $600K to be that. So you got to have specialists, you got to have doctors, you got to have attorney fees because it's not just one attorney working on the case. It's multiple attorneys working on the case. And yes, I wrote a check because this was before I knew the whole story and before I should have checked him out more. That was dumb of me. He seemed like he's very manipulative and he seems like, he can easily fool people. He's like a chameleon. And I gave the Innocence Project, Barry, I gave him the check and I told him, I'm going to sponsor this guy and you should take the case. And they were going to take the case. And then we did all this research about him and Barry told me about it. And that's when I was like, okay, we've got to back off because there's no way he's going to win a case because his story makes absolutely
You're muted. You're muted, Ari, or whatever.
I'm sorry. Adrian had another call. What did you say?
Okay. Okay. So you were basically going to sponsor by putting up the money for the DP case.
Yes.
Okay. Now you mentioned that there would be a phone call with Barry on it.
Yes.
So you're saying that Barry, the founder of the Innocence Project, got on the phone with Wade Wilson?
No, he didn't. He was going to when we were going to take the case, but he ended up after he did his research, after his colleague Peter did the research about Wade, they said, they talked to me. They're like, we cannot take this case. This man is clearly guilty. There is nothing to prove his innocence, because he listened to all these, all the TikToks, all the research online. And then he told me that he was not going to have anything to do with him. And I was about to tell Wade that, but before I could tell Wade that, he was hitting on me.
Okay, so when you spoke to Wade, the initial contact was with Wade that you were gonna possibly sponsor the case and that you were gonna take on the case, and then you presented it to Barry, and then Barry said he couldn't do anything with this case.
Yes, Barry originally said that he was going to take the case after I gave him the money. I gave him the money for the case, and then after that, that's when the research starts. That's when he was doing his research on the case, and then he came back to me. He called me literally the day after I talked to Wade, and it was a Sunday, and he said to me, I can't take this case. He's like, because this man is clearly guilty. He's like, I don't believe in his innocence. He said, I only take cases where I believe in the person's innocence. There's nothing to prove his innocence. His story makes absolutely no sense. He's clearly admitted that he's did it to everybody on these calls and, to the cops. And he said, I just cannot take the case. And he gave me the money back. And I was about to tell Jesse and Wade, but before I could do that, that's when he started flirting with me. But I did write Wade an email telling him that we were not going to take his case and we were not interested.
Okay, now as far as the case itself, he was not even, first of all, when you spoke to him, he hadn't even, correct me if I'm wrong, he had not received the DP yet, or he had?
Right.
Okay. So when you spoke to him, he hadn't received DP yet, which means he would have had to have at least appealed it. And that we know takes at least like 10 to 15 years. So when would you be taking this case on if the appeals process hadn't even gone through yet?
Well, that's the thing. We didn't take his case officially.
Right, but why would you be looking at it if it's not even in the stage of being reviewed?
Well, Barry does that. Barry is the main attorney. He would be doing all those things for him. Like, I wouldn't be Wade's attorney. I would just be assisting on the case and sponsoring the case.
I really find it hard to believe that the founder of this company, this worldwide, I wouldn't say worldwide, but they have locations in every state.
Yeah, they do. And Barry is a really good friend of mine, and he's a good friend of my husband's. And I actually took a class where he was teaching. Barry used to teach, and he was one of my professors before he founded the Innocence Project. Oh, actually, he had the Innocence Project while he was teaching, and that's how I know him. We became really good friends.
You're muted. You're muted.
Why would she tell him that she had to marry him to represent him if she's not even a practicing lawyer?
Salute to True Crime with Griselda. Happy birthday. Courtney, salute. Everybody that was on that panel, it was interesting because you guys were questioning her with the right questions, so it went out great. This text thread that I'm about to show is between Jesse and that fake Ari. And it's literally hilarious. It's two people catfishing each other. This is who that Monica tried to say who she was. Naked Wardrobe CEO, founder. What the heck? Yo, sis, did you get our cousin to write that out for you? Come on, now. And then Jesse, a.k.a. Marie, hits her with this one. One of the co-hosts on this show, DBS's child, was missing. And with the help of everybody and the word getting out, we were able to find her and bring her home safe. We want to thank everybody that was involved. DBS is now going to speak on the situation. Thank you so much.
We're back at it with another one, YouTube Streets.
Hey.
So, how you feeling, Griselda?
Oh, I'm feeling great. How are you? I hear you got some news.
Yeah, so we found Khaleesi. Well,
Good.
collectively, through everyone's help and energy and prayers, I believe that this this happened, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
So uh, a friend of hers mother contacted me and let me know that she was staying there.
Mhm.
Um, Send me the address. I got over there real quick. I walked in the house. Um, she was shocked as shit to see me. Tell you that.
I bet. I bet she
Um,
was.
so first thing was I guess stay focused and act like keep on doing what you've been doing. So I just I just shadowed her. Told her, "Yo, listen, you're not gonna lose me. I'm not going anywhere. Um, it's a wrap. We're not playing these games anymore. Um,
Mhm.
whatever it takes, I'm following you around. I'm gonna be your shadow."
Okay.
And she definitely tried me.
Really?
Yeah, she had me hopping trains, on buses, running, jumping, climbing fences, all kinds of shit.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no bullshit. But I was a gutter kid once too. You know what I mean? That shit never leaves you. So
Right, I remember you saying that.
yeah, so I was on her heels the whole time, like not even out of breath. Like, I told you, I'm not going nowhere. What are we doing? And she just gave in, and well, then we went to her mother's house. She dragged me to her mother's house, and I guess she needed to feel that it was real. Um, we went through that, and then we had interaction with the police because of it. And then after everything was said and done, they told us to go about our way. And she came home, and we just been hip to hip.
What was I about to say? Oh, the last thing I heard was she's home and y'all are hip to hip. So if you wanna recap on that part.
Yeah, I'm her shadow wherever she goes. So we went to the board of ed. She's been out of school for almost 2 years now. Um, Getting the ball rolling on that. Tomorrow we go down again and we sit down and we figure out this enrollment thing. There was a big
Mhm.
jurisdiction thing with Westchester, New York City. So the ball got dropped on numerous occasions. Um, so that's where we are now. We're just trying to figure out what the program's going to be.
Okay.
Trying to figure out the chunk of her day has got to be occupied, and then
Right.
when she gets home from school, I got to find something else for her to do. So we're going through either Muay Thai or MMA, and then
Okay.
she also wants to do culinary. Um, and she had said something else. Can't remember right now. I've been reteaching myself and I guess programming myself to be
Right.
more open minded. I
Mhm.
guess to everything and anything, um,
Okay.
to an extent. But that's the only way I can see that I'm gonna win this battle, man. Uh,
Right. Now,
so
as a parent, do you worry that like her going to school, she'll end up skipping and running again? Is there a way to prevent that?
so I think where she's at now is like I think she's ready for stability and security. So she's been with her mother for the last year and a half, 2 years. We're going through a custody battle right now.
Mhm.
Um, so long story short, her I had got custody of them, full sole custody. Um, their mother was stipulated to do certain things: parenting, counseling, supervised visits, counseling before, during, and after the visit. Um, and after the court ruled in custody in my favor, she pretty much went MIA for like 2.5 years.
Right.
Um, Came back up and filed papers, but on the back end of that, behind the scenes, she had her sister contact my daughter through social media that she doesn't have at the house, but she had at the school she was in.
Right.
Sold her a dream, you know, got her to thinking that if she acted up quicker, she would get to her mother quicker. Um,
Okay.
Once the paperwork is filed for courts, kids have their own lawyers. They got to speak to them so they know, the shit is real. Uh, and any kid, no matter the circumstances, they're gonna want to be with their mother. So, of course, she went over there and negligence, no proper guidance, no supervision, um, indulging and contributing to behaviors and things that are not okay for a 11-year-old. She's 13 now. She went over there when she was 11 and a half, right? So, hasn't been in school a day since she's been with her mother. Um, so it's been a kid in heaven, so to speak, being able to do whatever they want with the lack of supervision and all this other craziness and influences and you know it's like kid in Coney Island. So I think she's had enough. I think her deal is up, and I hope she's gathering everything that we're presenting to her, and we're just happy that she's home, and we're just taking it a day at a time. Really, me, I'm taking it a minute at a time, but
Right,
we're
because
taking
that's
it a
all that
day
you
at a time.
can do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
I'm
it.
glad, I'm very glad that she's actually being like she's accepting of what you're doing, even though she took you on a chase. She's
It took me on
accepting
one
of
hell of a
what you're
chase.
doing.
One hell of a chase. I done had like 3 interactions with the police, man. Like
Trying
it
to
was, it
find
was
her.
try. Well, she was there, but every time the police were interacting or coming, or well, so the last time the police interacted with us was because her mother um was belligerent. Like she went over there to, I guess, I don't know, you guess feel it's real or seal the deal or something. But
Hmm.
she dragged me over there, and I'm just the shadow. I'm like the ghost of Christmas past. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like wherever you go, I'm here. Like, what's up? Like, if we sleeping on the train, we sleeping on the train. You know what I mean? So, um, I was just there. So she took me on a run. She brought me
Hmm.
to her mother's house. They had their little, little whatever that was, and police got involved. And I was just like, yo, listen, this is what I'm doing. My child is on a missing person. I had to explain the situation, man, and
Right.
um, it was wild. It was wild. So, but
Well,
the other
I'm
times was we chasing her through the park, Riverbank Park, and then the other time I was chasing her through the Bronx by Yankee Stadium. So if anybody knows how far apart those two things are, man, it was a
wow.
fucking wild goose chase, man. I'm talking about I hopped the train like 5 times. We went uptown, downtown. I'm just like, yo, I'm here. What's up? Like, this is what we doing. And I just, I had to wear her down, man. I was just there, like,
Because
and I was
that
just
showed
being
her that
real
you
with her.
weren't giving up. Like, Dad's here. I'm not giving up.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm not going nowhere. What's up? Like, we're not playing this
right.
dumbass game no more. Let's go. Wherever
Right.
you gonna take me, I've been to places 10 times worse. So this is nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of playing the game. Everybody had to follow the court situation. Mother saunter into placement voluntarily when she didn't have the legal right to do so. She had no no power of signature at all, and she only had temporary custody because of the fact of what was happening as far as behavior is concerned, and her sister being involved in selling the pipe train. You know what I mean? So
Right.
she really screwed this one up all the way, man, and it's sad to see that the courts don't hear the cries for help in the beginning, man, because I've been crying from the beginning, man. This is not a good idea. I need help. I need help. Blah blah blah, and it all just went past everybody. And even during the year and a half that she's been there, man, I've had to go to the precinct over there like 3 times, man. I had to go over there, this, that, and the third. And if this would have been me, listen, if my kids miss school 3 days in a row, you know who's coming to knock on my door? ACS. Yo, where your kids at?
Right. Right. Exactly. So does her mother like get like contributing to the delinquency of a minor, or like
Yo,
is this
listen.
just where they're just gonna wash their hands?
They passed the buck so many times because of jurisdiction, because of the fact that I live in New York City and they live in Westchester. Well, she lives in Westchester. Um, it's two different things. Nobody wants to do anything. Like New York doesn't want to come to Westchester, and Westchester doesn't really want to do nothing for New York. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's like everything gets dropped. They don't have physical altercations and fights, and she was verbally abusing her, and I'm telling the courts this and all that, and I'm telling them, and nobody's listening to shit that I'm saying, man. So she had to keep on going through the shit, keep on going through it until, her mother got, I guess, so overwhelmed with what she created and the things that she influenced that she signed over voluntarily when she wasn't supposed to,
That's
and
that
then
just
blamed
breaks
it
my
on
heart.
me, and then told her that I did it.
Uh-uh.
No bullshit. You couldn't make this shit up if you wanted to.
I could never do that to one of my children. Oh my gosh.
So it's very very crazy case, man. That's the only
Right.
thing I could say. But the main thing is she's home
Mm-hmm.
and she's not fucking going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So,
Now, I do want to say somebody emailed me just a little bit ago, actually, saying that they had listened to one of Bunny XO's podcast episodes and they were talking about her stepdaughter, Jelly Roll's daughter.
oh wow, oh no, yeah,
Um,
nice, nice.
and
Ooh,
there's a camp that they sent her to that really helped her. So I'm gonna
really?
see about getting that information and see if that's something that maybe have helped to
Uh,
you as well.
I'm pretty sure that cost a pretty penny. You know what I mean?
Right, but
Um,
we can look into it and see what we
Yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah. I
we
mean, yo,
will.
listen. Any option, maybe there might be a generic version of that that might be
Right,
really good too.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But just at least to be pointed in the right direction is all I
Yep.
really care about. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
that's exactly what I was thinking. If she can't give me other options that they looked into. So that
Yeah,
I'm gonna
maybe.
reach out to her and see what we can find with that too. Because
Yeah,
they've been
cause
through that with Jelly Roll's daughter.
yeah, no, I can only imagine, man. I've heard the story about how Bunny and Jelly Roll came together about getting his daughter, man, and it's something similar with my wife.
Right,
Getting my kids. She's been ride or die since day one. You know what I mean? And it reminds me a lot of what Bunny and Jelly Roll were going through and how they came to grow together and even learning about his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because the
mm-hmm.
trauma definitely affects them in a lot of ways that we can't see. You know what I mean? And they gotta find a way to let that shit out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, um, yeah, I'm willing to take all suggestions and options and, um, see what I could do to make a program work for her because it has to be, tailored to her.
She
Um,
needs structure too, like
she needs
to
structure, she needs
constantly.
discipline, but she also needs to um, cater to those talents that she has. She's super talented, super intelligent, super, you know what I mean? Like, so I just got to find a way to cater to them talents.
Right, right, and find what she enjoys because if it's not something that she enjoys, she's just gonna buck even more.
Yeah, of course, without a doubt. So that's what we've been talking about. She slept a lot today. Ripping and running them streets, man.
Oh,
That
I'm
shit ain't easy.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I remember you telling
she's
me whenever you were running and hiding one time, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like,
no, yeah, like when you finally, whether you either get locked up or you get time to like really like cool off. You know what I'm saying? Like in a safe environment. You
hmm
know, that guard goes down and you just, whew, you know what I'm
Well, I'm
saying?
glad for her it didn't turn into, a situation where she did get locked up or put in any type of other system like that, and she's
Oh,
actually home with
so
you.
whatever this system is now, they don't care about. Well, she was 12, so she just turned 13. But they're not locking these kids up, not unless they do something wild. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, she said she's had a few interactions with the police, and as soon as she told them that she was 12, they was like, "Get out of here, kid."
Wow. Not
Yeah,
even like, let's try and bring you back home to where you belong. Like,
nah,
just
kick rocks,
go.
kid, get out of here. Yeah, like move it.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm learning stories. I'm learning lingos. I'm learning mentalities. I'm learning to see through the eyes of the young minds. The young generation that's coming up
hmm
around my daughter's age. Because, ooh,
It's
they are.
different than when we came up.
Man, they're so unified and divided at the same time. It's fucking bananas. It's crazy. Like they're like lone baby loving soldiers. I don't even know what the fuck to call them, but they've got some wild things going on. Like I said, I'm just trying to learn to see, observe what's going on, so I
Is
can
she
get you.
being like real open and honest with you about everything
Yeah,
and
yeah,
accepting of what you're saying? Like,
yeah, yeah. She is. There's some things that she doesn't like. I can tell, but
right.
overall, I'm not pushing it to where it's like,
You're
you
not
know,
trying to break her, of
yeah, I'm not.
course.
Yeah,
No,
so
like right now you're just giving her a house over her head, security, and
and I'm working with
the
her. I'm working with her. You listen. I know she's been doing her thing for whatever amount of time. She's been running the streets and all the stuff that's going on. So I know she's been around and seen some shit. So I'm there's only, you know what I mean. I'm just taking it as it comes, and I'm trying
right,
to.
and it's not all gonna come out at one time. I'm sure things will come out from her over time as she's more comfortable to talk about different things. That's crazy though, dude. I'm so glad that you got her back home though. That's the most important part right now. Is she's back home with her family who cares about her, and now you can, take the next step of providing what she needs to stay on the right track.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's the only focus that I have right now.
That's great. That is great news. That's exactly what we wanted to hear.
No,
Thank you to
thank
everybody
you.
who shared all, her information far and wide. It's because of everybody sharing it and everybody banding together with this that DVS was able to bring her home.
No, that is a whole fact, man. I appreciate everybody wholeheartedly. I was reading them comments, man. Got me super emotional. And this is, I bullshit you not. This is right before I got the call to find out where she was at, man. I was reading the comments, and I was like, damn, man, people really care, man. This is deep shit. And
Right.
I said a little prayer, and I got a fucking phone call from a number I didn't know, and her friend's mother is like, "Hey, listen, your daughter's here. I heard she's missing. You can come here and get her." I said, "I'm on my way." She sent me the address, and right there I was at the door,
That's
in the house, right there in her face, and I ain't left her side since.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah. So I know it's gonna be a process, but
Absolutely. And I
it is
mean,
what
like
it
we
is.
talked about the other day, life's a journey. And if we're not constantly learning, what are we doing? This just wasn't one of those lessons that you were necessarily expecting. But I know that you'll handle it the best way that you can.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, our kids come first, no matter what.
Yeah, it's just really fucked up when you gotta, deal with the system in a way where um, somebody who's not mentally well or doesn't have a good, mindset to where
Hmm.
they have the best interest for their children. They shouldn't be allowed to come and just fucking tear the progress that you mean. Because I had all the kids in trauma therapy. We went through all that shit. We were just getting over the hump, bro. Like we were there. You know what I mean? And then
You
guess what?
started seeing some type of light at the end of
I
that
know
long
it was so
tunnel.
much. Yo, listen, it was so hard in the beginning when I got them back in the beginning. Like it was rough. Like we had to, like there was a lot of trust issues. There was a lot of going on. So things started coming together, and then the therapy started working individually, family, extensive trauma, and you know what I mean. So and then court papers. I'm like,
Right.
yo, this chick couldn't have fucking did this shit at a more precise time. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And then shit just got real rocky, real
Right.
fucking rocky. So, it's really fucked up, man. The system is it can help you, but it can destroy families, and uh, it's oof.
And
And I
that's
mean
why
like,
you are stuck in the system.
yeah, man, yeah, that's a fact.
And I don't mean
Summed
it
it up.
literally as in stuck. That's his username.
Yeah, no. But we're all stuck in the system. So,
Damn.
just some more than others.
I'm so happy that she's home though at this
Now, me
point.
too. And,
Like,
I take all the bullshit with a grit, with a smile on my face. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
absolutely.
So, yeah, she's home. And it's, like I said, for me, it's minute to minute. I'm just learning as I go. Because there's a lot of things that I gotta really readjust the way of viewing things, just in general, because these kids, well, my daughter at this particular time is going against everything um, holy about me. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
um, but I gotta, you know what I mean? I just gotta be here and just be
Hmm.
there, and that's it. Just I'm here. What are
Yep.
we doing?
Because I mean, if you're not present, then what are you? Like, a
Hmm.
present parent is definitely a more effective parent. So I get that. Even if you're silent and you're present, it's what she needs right now.
Hmm. That's all that matters. That security
Yep.
blanket. That I got you. I'm here. Yeah, you don't gotta do all that. And that's all I've been telling her. Yeah, listen, you're good. You're safe. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Let's go. Let's move
Right.
forward and work on the program of how we're gonna make Khaleesi better.
Yep.
So
Well, let us
sit.
know if we can do anything. If we need to look into different resources for you. I'm
Yeah, if
sure viewers, if y'all have any suggestions, I know my inbox is open. Feel free to send it my way and I can get it to DVS. Leave it
yeah,
in the
absolutely.
comments. Like, even just y'all's kind words are so much appreciated right now.
Yeah, honestly, I believe that that's more important than anything because um, comments that I
It takes a
read,
village.
no, it definitely does. And the comments that I read, man, that wasn't no, they weren't bullshit comments. You know what I mean? Like I know this might sound crazy, but yeah, I felt the energy through them shits. And at that, like I said, manifestation is real, man. And,
Absolutely. I've seen so much love on the internet between your situation and another situation that I've been watching. Like, I've seen so much love and just heartfelt energy lately.
and you know what's crazy? It taught me a lot of lessons too because there's a lot of people that I did like that shared my daughter's picture, and
Right.
it fucks me up because it's like,
Well, it shows that we can
you know
put
what I'm
all of
saying?
our differences aside for the greater good. At
No,
that time, it was
absolutely,
the greater good of finding your daughter, and we're going to put all of our bullshit aside.
and I think that mattered the most. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's what
sure.
shined the most for me because it was like nobody was petty, bro. You know what I
Nope,
mean?
not at all.
Nobody was petty. Nobody. So it's like, you know what I mean? That shit fucking took down every wall that I fucking had with these fuckers. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's just like humbled. You know what I mean? So
For sure. I mean,
definitely,
you were at your
without a
most
doubt,
vulnerable with us. Like,
yeah. But I'm just happy. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. Um, and I don't believe it would have been able to have been done without everybody's help. You know what I'm saying? Um,
right,
even if it was in some way somehow this was something that you know was really done with good intention and it was moved in a direction where it needed to go and we're good now. So I
right.
appreciate everybody. The energy is real, man. Collective consciousness is a real thing.
And everybody put so much positive energy into it. Like,
No, yeah, it's for real. Uh,
oh, I'm happy for you.
no,
I'm
thank
happy
you.
for your family.
Thank
This
you
is
very
what you
much.
needed so much. I know that.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, it's just moving forward from here, man. baby steps,
Yep,
but strong, sturdy baby steps.
good.
Griselda, man, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who put in love, prayers, and thoughts. Um, thank you, Griselda. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, you're very welcome anytime. That's what I'm here for. I'm always
Yep.
an ear to listen, a shoulder to cry on. If you just need to scream, and I can sit there and scream with you too. Shit.
No, that's comforting, man. Thank you. I needed that. Thank you very much. Not a lot of people are willing to do that.
No, there are some out there though, and I'm finding them slowly but surely. They're coming out.
Mm-hmm. Dogs need hugs too, man.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to get too emotional. I still gotta stay focused and stay sturdy for the little one. You know what I mean? Keep it together,
Yes.
soldier. So I'm just, straighten up and just keep on trucking, and I'll keep y'all updated and let y'all know the progress. And then, like I said, earlier, I'm open to any suggestions and all information that could possibly lead me in a way where I could make this little girl, put in a better situation, what what she's used to and what she's been through. Maybe something to click, and we can get that thing going to the best potential, and everything that she's got going for her. It's there. She's got to tap into it. So I'm hoping that happens, man.
Absolutely. And it will. I'm not even going to say that I'm going to hope. It will. It will happen.
No,
We're going to speak it as if it already has. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Words are powerful. So.
Absolutely. And if we want to wrap this up,
go
take
ahead.
us up. If you take us up out of here, we out of here. This is on you.
I'm never good at wrapping it up. You guys have a good night.
Okay. All right. Everybody have a good night.
Jesse spent on that money on vacation. She will suck his dick, no hesitation. Yeah, she do this shit is dedication. No hesitation. Yo, Zavril's gonna post that damn pic, no hesitation. Yo, Jesse's gonna suck Wade's dick, no hesitation. You know there's so many of these bitches across the nation. It's a dedication, now they just need some medication. Jesse opened the camper up, you know them fists are waiting. You know that you paranoid as fuck, that's why you always shaking. Now you playing straight with Satan. What you thought that money making, then it come with consequences. Watch Jesse, go to sprinting track star, but she didn't get that far. You got so fucking paranoid, now your ass is unemployed. Yeah, your life you done destroyed. Monica thinks she's Polaroid, but she's not even that small. Somebody please give that girl fucking booster. Look at Tommy, he's at the Buddha. He's a magician with no moolah. And Mila, she is a cougar. They do some dark shit, cut heads off of roosters, but this shit's not working. They dumb and they losers. The Wade's favorite team is Oklahoma's dying sooner. Yo, Ari, you got no Bugatti, you dating no jeweler. And Jessie took all the money, yeah, she got a new purse, new car, new house, no job, it didn't work. Son of Steve, no son of Sam, just like Dirk, he's in a jam. I hope he dies up in the can, I do it for Christine and Diane, no hesitation. Yo, Zavril's gonna post that damn pic, no hesitation. Yo, Jesse's gonna suck Wade's dick, no hesitation. You know there's so many of these bitches across the nation. It's a dedication, now they just need some medication. Jesse opened the camper up, you know them fists are waiting. You know that you paranoid as fuck, that's why you always shaking. Now you playing straight with Satan. What you thought that money making, then it come with consequences. Watch Jesse, go to sprinting track.